Didn't they do a wonderful job? Well, they're welcome. Let's give them a round of applause. E te atua, nau mai, hara mai. Hara mai ki runga, hara mai ki rau. Hara mai ki te taha Māui, hara mai ki te taha matau. Hara mai ki mua, hara mai ki muri. Hara mai ki uta, hara mai ki tai. Huri no ki a koe te wairua tapu hoki koutou ko ngā anehera pai. Nau mai, hara mai. Kia koutou ngā tāngata whenua te rohi nei rangi tāne tēnā koutou. Ngā mihi nui aka nei ki a koutou kua tānai au ki tēnei whenua. Mo he maha ngā tau, he kāpua i Freiburg High School. He pai ki te hoki mai i ko nei nā te mea ko haere au hoki ki te whare wānanga o Manawatu. Nō reira, ngā mihi nui aka nei ki a koutou katoa, tēnā koutou. Ki a koe te rangatira, Mr. Forsyth, tēnā koe. Koutou ko ngā kai whakahaere o te kura nei, ngā kai whakāko o te kura nei. Ki a koutou hoki ngā akonga, ngā toa, mō tēnei rā mō pōpō hoki, kia kaha, kia maia, kia manawa nui, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. My name is Ngahihi o te rā, Bidwa. Ngahihi o te rā is Māori and means the rays of the sun. Bidwa is French and means handsome, highly intelligent, and there's another one, I keep forgetting this one. Oh, that's right, humble. And I haven't met a Bidwa yet who disagrees with me. It's really good to be here at One Rate Intermediate, especially, in fact, just in case you were wondering what I was saying in Māori earlier on, you'll be pleased to know that it can be translated into two words. Good afternoon. I'd especially like to say good afternoon to Fire Betty, who's sitting down the back, who is a relative of mine and is my sister-in-law, who just happens to be the mum of Gina. And I won't embarrass Gina, but I think I already have. I want to start by telling you a joke from my son. My son is always making up these jokes. Then I've had the privilege of travelling around the world 3 times in the last 6 years. And I've travelled around the world to speak to people about leadership. So I've been privileged to go to places such as England, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, but my favourite place was a place called New York, where I spoke to these people, you might know them, called Google, at their offices. And I'd like to today share with you a secret that is a very important part of being a leader. And it's something that I share with leaders all over the world who pay for my trips to fly in all of these airplanes, pay for my hotel bills. Why? To share with them secrets about leadership. And I'd like to tell you one of those really important ones today. And at the end, to reply to the awesome welcome that I was given this morning, I'd like to do a haka for you from the tribe of Te Arawa that I come to you from. So, joke. What did the cow say to the mushroom? Move over. What did the mushroom say back to the cow? Nah, there's not mushroom here. Oh, I can remember another one you said as well. What did the statue say to the cat? A statue, bro. And what did the cat say back to the statue? No, it's just meow. I'm going to tell my son that he got a clap for his jokes. That's the first time that's ever happened. Only in the Manawatu, eh? Okay, I'm here for Duffy Books, and it's about reading, and the secret I'd like to share with you today that I share with leaders all over the world is this. If you can please put your hands like this to symbolize leaders, because leaders will often say thank you like this. And if you say after me, leaders read, let's say it together. Leaders read and readers lead. And readers lead. Let's say it again. Leaders read and readers lead. You see, every one of your leaders in this place, and I guarantee Mr. Forsyth has had to read a lot of information as the leader of this school. In fact, I know he would have had to read a lot of information because you've got parent-teacher interviews next week. And those people who are coming, all your parents and you who are coming to talk about a document called your report, which hopefully you have read. And you're going to be having discussions about that. Now, I was also interested to see that Monrad is an amazing school for sports. And that last year you won the touch for the girls and the boys in super sports. And there's other cool stuff that you have. Like you've gone from 2 or 3 bilingual units to more bilingual units. And the things that you were doing with your Kapahaka group, hey, you guys really rock. You won a competition last year, in fact, won all of the trophies except one. Awesome. How do I know all of that information? Because I've had to read about it. How many of you know what the best-selling book in the Bible? I'm just talking. How many of you know what the best-selling book in the Bible is? Yep, the world. How many of you know that the best-selling book in the world is the Bible? How many of you know what the second best-selling book is? The second best-selling book is a book called The Sayings of Mao Zedong, who was a leader of China. And there's lots of other cool stuff I could tell you, like the man who invented the light bulb took 3,000 times before he was successful. And there's a heap of information I could tell you, and hopefully you're thinking, wow, Matamangari is pretty clever. Why? Because I read, and leaders read, and readers read. Now, I want to tell you quickly about my tāmoko before I do a haka for you. My tāmoko took 8 hours to put on my face. 8 o'clock at night until midnight, midnight until 4 o'clock the next morning. So 8 hours to put it onto my face. My tāmoko, my gift from my ancestors, is also a leadership secret that I would like to share with you today. It took 5 years to design, and by my ear is a koru pattern. And koru talks about new life and new development. And it's by my ear because of the importance of listening. And the new life and new development that comes when we listen, like you're doing so well now. One of the reasons why this part here points to my eyes is to emphasize the importance of reading. There is nothing on my forehead, because less is more sometimes, to emphasize the importance of thinking. And if you follow a line down my face to my chin, on my chin is a hammerhead shark design that we call mangopare in the Māori culture. It's a shark design because I come to you today from the tribe known as Te Arawa, who are named after a shark. It's on my chin because of the importance of speaking. Now, are you listening? Here's your second leadership tip for today. Leaders listen, they read, and they think before they speak. Let's say that again. Leaders listen, they read, and they think before they speak. And now, to finish with, I'd like to speak to you from my tribe, and our tribe's language, which is at this point a haka. But before I do that, have I got time for 2 questions? I'll take 2 questions about anything I've spoken about. 2 questions. Put your hand up and just call out a question. Okay, to give you a bit more time, my son made up another joke. We just happened to be in Disneyland at the time, and he said, "Where does Mickey Mouse go when he wants to get sick?" And we said, "Oh, I don't know, where does Mickey Mouse go when he wants to get sick?" And he said, "He goes to Disneyland." Okay, any questions? My son is 16, and he's been telling us jokes since he was your age. And he's making them up all the time as well, like that Disneyland one. And he is, you know how I said, what did I say again? Readers. And my son has always read books. He goes to bed early and he reads books. He has read heaps of books, heaps of joke books too. But my son is now in Mexico on a school trip, and he's been there for nearly 2 months, and he's going to be there another month. And I miss him heaps. There's no one to tell us those corny jokes. Over there. The advice I gave to the people on Google, guess what? You can find out yourself, because what they did was they had their leaders in the room, but they also broadcast this across America to other Google offices throughout America, and people were able to watch it live, and they've put it on YouTube. So you can either go to YouTube, or someone here will have my website, and it's that presentation that I did to Google is on my website. And I spoke to them about Proverbs and people determine our purpose. So that's what I talked to them about. One more before I do the haka. Okay, so I'm here to encourage you to read, because readers read and readers. Sorry, I stuffed up. You see that again. I'm here to encourage you to read, because readers read and readers read. Come on! Hey! Not too far! What? Come what? Tell what? I'd also like to leave a call out to you for your library. Because I speak at conferences all over the world, people say we need something to read about leadership. So I wrote a book, and I'd like to share these copies with you here today. Thanks, Biddy. Tēnā koutou.